walking on sunshine, baseball time. Sky so blue and the world feels fine. Crack up the bat and you're stealing my mind. We're walking on sunshine, baseball time. Round and around till the bases shine. This little diamond is our daylight shrine.
Oh yeah. Talking about the negotiations today, baby.
Scoreboard glare in the late day heat. High pop fly dust on your cleats. I'm in the bleachers with the phone cup drink, trying not to stare every time you blink. Coach yells loud, but you just grin. Tap that plate, let the game begin. You swing once and the crowd goes wild. I jump up screaming like a little child. Oh yeah. We're walking on sunshine, baseball time. Sky so blue and the world feels fine. Crack of the bat and you're stealing my mind.
Baseball time.
We're walking on
Feel fine.
sunshine, baseball time. Round and around till the bases shine. This little diamond is our daylight shrine. When the lights click on and the day runs out, we still trace place talking
Yes,
routes
sir.
and routes. You say one more pitch in the parking lot glow. I say all year long, let's never let it go. We're walking on sunshine, baseball time. Sky so blue and the world feels fine. Crack up the bat and you're stealing my mind. We're walking on sunshine, baseball time. Round and around till the bases shine. This little
And episode 10, baby. What's going on, guys? Today is Sunday, June 7th, 2026. We are here. This is not going to be a normal episode of MLB Hotshot Takes. This is going to be a short episode where we will discuss anything and everything to deal with the MLB PA contract negotiations, which are currently, currently underway, as MLB last week made their first proposal, MLB owners, and MLB PA turned around and said, go fuck yourself. So let's go ahead. We're going to go talk about that. But first, motherfuckers, hit my intro!
Well, the two idiots think their opinions are still the fucking bomb. We got a Phillies Karen and Yankees ran to after the show. Oh yeah, we are here to still make your day. But seriously, fuck these guys and all that takes. Hotshot, take it away. Season 2 intends to win.
folks. Like I said, welcome in. This is MLB Hotshot Takes, Season 2, Episode 10. Today is Sunday, June 7th, 2026. It is 2:49 p.m. Eastern Time here in Maryland. Good old, sunny old Maryland. Folks, we are ready to talk about some commissioner bullshit and MLB PA contract negotiations, which, honestly, I'm gonna be real. I do think there will be a lockout next year. There will be a lockout. I don't think this deal is going to get done before then. They're not even close. MLB. So let's go ahead. MLB threw out numbers last week during the 10-game homestand I was part of. So let's go ahead and here. Right here. Let's go ahead. Jorge Castillo wrote this article, so we're gonna go ahead and look at a couple articles, and then I'm gonna give you my thoughts, and then we're just gonna wrap up, and that's gonna be the episode for today. So all right, here we go. Jorge Castillo wrote right here. Major League Baseball's owners, if you guys can see on the screen here, owners convened this week at the league's headquarters in New York with plenty to discuss. Last week, the owners and the MLB Players Association exchanged opening proposals for a new collective bargaining agreement. The plans highlighted fundamentally different visions for the sport's economic future and outlined the potential for a long work stoppage. Speaking to reporters Wednesday, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred defended the league's push for a hard salary cap, which I agree with. I do think they needed a salary cap, 100%, arguing that the league's current system is inadequate. Quote from Manfred, we have tried mightily over several rounds of bargaining to use a competitive balance tax to address competitive concerns, Manfred said. Quote, sometimes you got to admit you failed, unquote. With the next owning meter scheduled for November, just days before the current CBA is set to expire on December 1st, here are 4 takeaways. This is what he's writing, 4 takeaways from this week's edition. Takeaway 1. Manfred says all 30 teams are on board to split TV revenue. Yes, even the Dodgers. The Los Angeles Dodgers and other high revenue teams would surrender a competitive advantage under MLB's proposal, which would require them to share all their local television revenue. They currently share 48%. The Dodgers' local media arrangement has been valued at a roughly $8.35 billion over 25 years, making it one of the most lucrative deals in professional sports. The figure dwarfs the local media revenue generated by clubs that have been hit hard by the duration of the regional sports network model, and yet Manfred said he believes there is anonymous support from all 30 teams. Quote, I think the Dodgers understand there is a need to update the overall economic model in the industry, that the upside associated with that in terms of growing the popularity of the sport is big for large markets, small markets, owners, and players in every way, Manfred said. Quote, that upside is bigger than any other issue that separates us in the bargaining table, unquote. MLB needs only 23 votes to ratify a CBA, but Manfred's assertion that all 30 clubs support the proposal suggests ownership believes the potential benefits of a revamped economic system outweigh the concerns of even with the clubs with the most to lose. So this is like the TV revenue is another big factor here. As like I said, the Dodgers make 48% of that. This will be probably another factor that allows them to turn towards getting the other, like the small markets don't have these big TV contracts. Like the Tampa Bay Rays, the Cleveland Guardians, they don't have these big TV contracts. They're also 9 out of 10 times not going to be on the nationally broadcast games like Fox and all that, unless they're doing very well. So the next takeaway is, what do the owners have to say? They're not talking. They're letting Manfred be their voice, which is a big no-no. This is why I think this is the main reason why I think there's going to be a lockout. Several owners and team presidents declined to comment on labor negotiations or avoided reporters altogether. At this week's owners' meetings, it is the continuation of recent pattern of having Manfred speak for them at the meetings, which are held 3 times a year. For decades, owners held court with reporters. They were on a variety of topics. The number dwindled over the years, but it continued as recently as November 2024, with the New York Yankees owner Hal Steinbrenner taking questions from media members. Since then, with both sides bracing for a labor showdown, owners have largely ceded their public defense to Manfred, making the commissioner the face of ownership's campaign for a salary cap. Big no-no. Manfred was involving involved in a labor negotiation the last time MLB proposed a salary cap in 1994 as a junior lawyer on the owner's bargaining team. That stalemate led to a players' strike that lasted nearly 8 months and forced the cancellations of the 1994 World Series. Manfred, deep breath. Manfred acknowledged he worries about a similar outcome in 2020, but he declined to say whether owners believe another work stoppage would be worth securing a salary cap system. Quote, I'm not going to speculate about work stoppages, Manfred said. I think that the proposal we've made is grounds for constructive dialogue back and forth through the MLBPA about how we can address the number one concerns of our fans, and that is like our competitive balance in the game, Manfred said. So out of this one, it's a big no-no. It's a big no-no. That is a big no-no. Uh, perfect base load. Big no-no. Uh, this is like I said, this is one of the reasons why I think this is going to go to a lockout. Manfred should not be the voices of the owners. The owners need to come out and do it themselves. This will make the players feel more, makes them feel more respected, and it's just terrible. This is just terrible. All right, next takeaway. It's early, but the owners and players are speaking a different language. Like I said, they're not even close. Both sides seemingly agree that the disparity between high revenue and low revenue team is worth addressing. Beyond that, they appear light years apart. The union's initial proposal was expansive, with revised definitions for revenue sharing within the current competitive balance tax system. It included not only the parameters for a soft top and floor, but it also addresses minimum salaries for a few free agencies eligibility, the qualifying offer, the pre-arbitration bonus pool, the draft lottery, and more. The owner's first offer called for a fundamental change to the sport's financial structure, but it covered little else besides a hard cap on the floor with a 50-50 revenue split and the centralization of all television revenue. That was by design. MLB views overhauling the system as imperative moving forward. Quote, we never thought about the CBT as a revenue generating device, Manfred said. And when you see more and more tax getting paid, you realize that it's not the kind of speed bump that would help on the issue of competitive balance, unquote. A record 9 clubs were penalized for exceeding CBT thresholds in 2024 and 2025. The taxes totaled 78.5 million in 2022, 222.8 huge jump million in 2023, even bigger jump in 2024, 311.3 million and the final 402.6 million in 2025. The Dodgers paid 169.4 million in luxury tax last season. On Monday, 2 days before Manfred addressed the reporters, MLPA intern executive director Bruce Meyer described MLB's proposal as the worst system for players in any major sport and not even close. He argued contracts would no longer be fully guaranteed under MLB's proposal because it would include an escrow system whereby players' salaries would lose money if the league does not meet revenue projections in the given year. MLB officials countered by pointing out that such as the NBA and NHL players would receive more money should the league exceed revenues projections. Meyer also contended that the players' overall composition would drop by 500 million because amateur signing bonuses would be counted as part of the system. Players cut in the league's proposal. In response, Manfred said Wednesday that the owners haven't yet made a proposal on amateur bonuses and insisted that major leaguers would make more money in 2027 under the proposed system that then they're making this season. Clubs spend nearly 600 million a year on domestic and international players under the current system. All I can tell you about our initial proposal, was specifically constructed to ensure that in the first year of the contract, major league players would make more money than they made in 2026. Manfred said to that extent that anybody is suggesting something other than that, it's just not accurate. The two sides are in the first inning of negotiations. I gotta check something here. And of course, Volpe lines out. The two sides are in the first inning of negotiations, but the gap between them is not merely about money. At least at the outset, the sides are negotiating entirely different visions for how the sport should operate. So yeah, like I said, they're not even close. They have, I think, the next one's in November, right? So they have until November to really get this sorted out. I don't think they will. All right, so finally, last takeaway. The next move in negotiations, there's nothing on the calendar. So right here. The back and forth between the two parties is unusual compared to recent. Hold on. Compared to recent rounds of negotiations, in 2021, the union made its first proposal in May. MLB waited to counter until August. This time, the league responded in about 24 hours. What's next is unknown. The sides have not yet scheduled their next meeting. Look, every deal that gets made has to achieve some of the things that we're looking to achieve and some of the things that the union's looking to achieve, Manfred said. There's proposals and there's goals behind proposals, right? We're looking at their proposals, trying to figure out what they're trying to achieve and whether we can meet some of those goals and still achieve the things that we're looking at. So that is the 4 takeaways here given by Jorge. And I like I said, I think it's inevitable. It's going to head to a lockout, which sucks, but which means I'm probably not going to be working next summer. Wise when it comes to baseball. But here we go. Another article: Commissioner Manfred discusses exchange of initial proposals to begin the CBA talks. Written by Mark Feinsed from New York. A week ago, after Major League Baseball and the MLB Players Association exchanged initial proposals to begin collective bargaining talks in earnest, Commissioner Rob Manfred pushed back on the idea that the league's proposal for salary cap and floor would reduce players' salaries right off the bat. So it's basically about coming off of one of the takeaways here. MLB intern, blah, 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 said, yeah. So, like, this is basically the same thing. So yeah, in 2027, the salary floor would be set at 171.2. That's too low, requiring 12 teams to increase payroll by a combined 617 million to meet the floor. The proposed salary cap for 2027 would be 245.3 million, requiring 8 clubs to reduce payroll by a combined 578 million. I don't see that working out. Salary cap and floor figures would utilize CBT payrolls, which include benefit costs consistent with current format, projected to be approximately 23 million per team in 2027. The MLBPA has maintained repeatedly that it will not agree to a salary cap system as part of the new agreement, but Manfred noted that the bargaining process makes nearly every issue fluid. I'm a simple Sal when it comes to collective bargaining. Manfred said everybody gets to make their own proposal. Like we already read this. MLB's competitive balance tax was designed to keep all 30 clubs on a level playing field, but Manfred knows that it hasn't had the desired impact since being installed nearly 2 decades ago. Over the past decade, MLB's regular season and postseason have been dominated by large market teams, with nearly 80% of the teams in the League Championship Series, 85% of teams in the World Series, and 90% of the teams to win a championship come from a top 15 market. Since 2012, only one team from the bottom 15 market has won a World Series, the 2015 Royals. While the NFL has 5, NBA 7, NHL 7 have all seen smaller market teams win it all under the salary cap system. Florida won it twice. Tampa Bay won it twice. Washington won it once. Vegas won it once. Colorado's not a big market team. NFL, the Chiefs are now a big market team, but they weren't a big market team at the time. NBA seen Oklahoma. It's like this year is probably the first time like Boston was the first time. Boston and the Lakers were the only 2 big market teams. Quote: We have tried mightily over several rounds of bargaining to use a competitive balance tax to address competitive concerns. Sometimes you've got to admit you failed, Manfred said. If you look at the amount of tax that have been paid over time, we never thought about the CPT as a revenue-generating device. When you see more and more tax getting paid, you realize that it's not the kind of speed bump that would help on the issue of competitive tax or competitive balance. The pro salary cap would be slightly higher than the current CBT's threshold, which stands at 244 million. We want to make an agreement, Manfred said. We make a proposal on one set of topics at the outset of the negotiations. We're open to whatever ideas people have, but we need a realistic framework that addresses the fans' concerns about competitive balance. You just can't ignore that financial penalties have not gotten it done for us. There are no dates set for like this. We already know this. There are no dates set for the next round of talks. So that's basically and like I said, the current collective bargaining agreement is set to expire on December 1st. So they have until December to really get this done. I don't think they will. So yeah, that's just what we're gonna talk about today. Round it out. Come on, Schlittler. What are you doing, baby? Come on. Come on, Schlittler. Kick some ass. As the Yankees are currently playing the Boston Red Sox. So yeah, my overall view of this, like I said, these two sides are nowhere near each other yet. They're nowhere near an agreement. We're looking at potentially 2027 as a lost season. I 100% think that it's what we're heading towards. One side wants a salary cap, the other one doesn't even want to touch a salary cap. But baseball absolutely needs a salary cap. It does. Teams like the Dodgers, the Mets, even the Yankees, they really need to fix the deferral shit too. Teams, it's legal right now, but teams should not be able to defer contracts. They need to pay upright. Uh, this allows larger market teams, and he hits a double. Son of a bitch. Larger market teams like the Dodgers to benefit from this the most. And this is why I think the salary cap would help hinder the Dodgers. I mean, it's done wonders for the NHL. It's done wonders for the NFL. NBA even doesn't really have a salary tax, or salary cap. They have more of a lux tax, but they still see smaller market teams win as well. I mean, look, the Thunder won it last year. The Denver Nuggets won it a couple years ago. Milwaukee won it. You don't see that in the MLB. I don't see the Cleveland Guardians winning a World Series. Like you said, the last World Series winner since 2012 that was a small market team was the Kansas City Royals. And like outside of that, San Francisco I guess is a small market team as well. You can look at, but then again, the Giants, San Francisco itself is a big market. So like any team in California is any city in California is a big market, except for probably Oakland. Oakland's probably a small market team, but they're going to be moving. They're in Sacramento now, even smaller, but they're going to be moving to Vegas, so they're going to become a bigger market. But all in all, like I said, I hope they get this done. I don't think they will. But anyways, that is all the time we have left for today. Thank you guys for joining in for today's episode. I know, quick episode. And I will see you guys for episode 11 when we get back to regular talks. See you guys maybe, and then we might do another episode of this to see how things are progressed later in the season. But see you guys later. I'm out. Peace.